we tend to forget that we are in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution, which accelerates global change in much more comprehensive and faster ways than the previous three revolutions.
I'm here with Bill Gates at Davos.
Diversity fosters new ideas. New ideas generate the experimentation needed to make the most of the fourth industrial revolution.
The purpose is clear, to collapse the liberal international order.
Well, we always have to worry that a new epidemic is going to come along. Flu epidemic that could go global.
The fourth industrial revolution will impact our lives completely.
The World Economic Forum has become a prominent organization in media, meeting in Davos, Switzerland once a year. World leaders, celebrities, and elites gather to discuss the state of world affairs and the betterment of the world economy. Under the guise of helping the poor, climate change, and democracy, these elites meet in lockstep to influence the future global direction. The mystery man behind it all, Klaus Schwab, seen by many as a well-connected figure whom is invested in the betterment of humanity, has publicly run ad campaigns for the WEF, popularizing the slogan, "You will own nothing and be happy." Many have raised concern over the agenda of the WEF not being genuine and actually a mask for a totalitarian plot to world government. The real truth lies with the founder, Klaus Schwab, who, if exposed to the general public, would be seen as an influencer in shadow government with family ties to the Nazi Party through his father, Eugene Schwab.
Meine Arbeit für richtig hältst, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin.
Eugene Schwab, Klaus Schwab's father, was a machine engineer in Ravensburg, Germany, for a German branch of a Swiss company called Weiss & C. Switzerland, having historically deep ties to Ravensburg, Germany since the 1830s, due to the horse market, brings no question why roughly 100 years later, they would still do business in 1930s southern Germany. Weiss & C became the largest employer in the region and was later complimented by Hitler as a, quote, national socialist model factory, end quote, under Eugene Schwab's management. During the war, the Weiss Mechanical Manufacturing Company in Ravensburg went on to use forced slave labor under the direction of Eugene Schwab, as the company was contracted by the Nazi military for manufacturing weapons of war. According to the National Archives, under the Holocaust-era assets, there it shows business dealings with Weiss and Germany, also stating that Switzerland allowed German exports to be stored in their country, further proving that Switzerland was not neutral during the Second World War. Eugene Schwab would eventually be elected president of the Ravensburg Chamber of Congress and Industry in 1966, stating that the founding of the committee, quote, creates better and faster connections for large circles in our increasingly closer Europe, and thus offers new opportunities for cultural, economic, and social development, end quote. Klaus Schwab, son of Eugene Wilhelm Schwab and Erika Epprecht, was born March 30th, 1938, in Ravensburg, Germany. Klaus Schwab was encouraged to follow in the footsteps of his father and also became a mechanical engineer, studying at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology and completing his study in 1962. In 1967, Klaus Schwab attended the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard, where he met Henry Kissinger, whom was his college professor. The two formed a close relationship, and later Klaus Schwab professed that Henry Kissinger is amongst the top 4 most influential people in his entire life. It should also be noted that in 1967, Klaus Schwab amassed influence in Swiss business, taking a lead in a merger between companies Sulzer and Esker Weiss, tapping into the former family business. He transformed Sulzer Esker Weiss to a path of medical technology products, something not previously on the agenda for the two companies. With the influence of Klaus Schwab, Sulzer Esker Weiss would venture into the worldwide nuclear arms race and participate in a legal production of nuclear weapon technology. In 1969, the company dropped Edgar Weiss from their name and rebranded as Sulzer AG. This more than likely was so there was no paper trail associated with the former name affiliated with Nazi collaboration and illegal activities. January 24th, 1971, Klaus Schwab founded the World Economic Forum. The foundation is funded by 1,000 member companies with more than $5 billion turnover, as well as public subsidies. Their mission is, quote, improving the state of the world by engaging business, political, academic, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industry agendas, end quote. Klaus Schwab's inspiration for the formation of the WEF was the Club of Rome, which was founded in 1968 at a residence in Bellagio, Italy, owned by the Rockefeller family. The Club of Rome's general belief is that population growth is unsustainable for the planet, and the only way to combat this is world government. The World Economic Forum has taken these ideas and modernized them, and have even publicly published their ideas on their website with their plan for sustainability and globalization. The ideas of carbon footprint and banning fossil fuels is only a ploy to track and trace civilians through the grid and cut off mobility. Similar to the model of Sidewalk Labs, a study carried out by Google in Toronto as a, quote, smart city, end quote, for mass surveillance. This is the masked agenda that Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum have for you and your family. Under the deception of the climate change agenda and economic equality. Klaus Schwab refers to it as the Fourth Industrial Revolution, which could be construed as a fourth turning or a fourth Reich.
The Fourth Industrial Revolution will impact our lives completely. It will not only change how we communicate, how we produce, how we consume, it will change actually us, our own identity, and of course gives life to such policies and developments like smart traffic, smart government, smart cities. What we will see is that everything will be integrated into an ecosystem driven by big data and driven particularly by close cooperation also of governments with business, civil society. And this revolution will come at a breathtaking speed. It will be like a tsunami. The Economic Forum is doing is to promote this public-private cooperation to master the fourth industrial.
Many have disregarded the Nazis as being dismantled after the Second World War. The continuation of Hitler's ideas lives right underneath the surface for those who won't pay attention. Unlike Hitler, whose plan for world domination failed through force, elites like Klaus Schwab have proceeded with these same ideas through stealth.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there.
And we are in the midst of one of the historic global transformations that is going to eventually lead to a new world order.
Read my lips.
Which nation's administration do you most admire?
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China. Their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime.
Just like Hitler, who influenced the ideas of young people through Hitler Youth. The World Economic Forum is molding children of elitist families through the WEF's Young Global Leaders program, influencing future government leaders of the World Economic Forum's ideas of their global plan for sustainability.
Young Global Leaders Program here for executive education and the Schwab Fellows. But there are two countries in the world now in which the young global leaders have emerged. Tell us just a bit about that in terms of the governance.
Yes, actually, this notion to integrate young leaders is part of the World Economic Forum since many years. And I have to say, when I mention now names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I would know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
These same elites who have graduated as alumni from the Young Leaders program serve in high places for generations to come. While the public may believe that their vote matters, they would be shocked to find out that the agenda is the same, regardless of political ideology. According to the Forum of Global Young Leaders, the alumni community consists of 600 plus members across 90 countries. Klaus Schwab's purpose and agenda for the World Economic Forum is to undermine and supersede the freedom of sovereign citizens by consolidating the powers and leaders of government to fall in line with a global agenda of authoritarianism. Every year, elites meet in Davos, Switzerland to discuss the future of sovereign citizens. The elites claim they know what's best for humanity and feel intellectually superior to what they view as the peasant class, which separates the haves from the have-nots. Attendees of these meetings range from all political parties, bankers, actors, and even musicians who share the like-minded agenda of sustainability constructed by public-private partnerships, aka corporate fascism. This loophole through the corporation has created a slave ship between employee and employer, consumer and business owner. Under the guise of corporate fascism, all human rights are disregarded and made to be under the jurisdiction of private business. Corporate fascism can also be seen as stakeholder capitalism, a system in which corporations abide by the terms of the highest stakeholders who lobby for their personal agenda through the means of the company. This means that elite leaders in power who hold private stock can operate and carry out their agenda through the private corporation in the shadow government. This agenda is exactly the plan being used by Klaus Schwab in the World Economic Forum, as you can only govern at the will of the people until the people's will has been stolen right from under them unknowingly. The plans of Hitler were unfathomable in comparison to the scale of the world stage and the players involved today. Through stealth and crisis, such as war, climate change, and economic equality, the plan for a sustainable Earth ruled by elites in the world government are made possible to be planned and carried out by the ideas exchanged through the indoctrination of the World Economic Forum. The past tells the future, and the more informed those can be about Klaus Schwab and his intentions through the World Economic Forum, the less likely the human population will be coerced into a prison planet design Though it may not seem like there's a controversy amongst nations, the very elites on the world stage involved are meeting behind closed doors in public and in private, in front of all of us to be discovered. The World Economic Forum is the public face for the global agenda, and Klaus Schwab is the public face for shadow government and private-public partnership worldwide. As crony capitalism lives on, beware of the consequences and the players involved. Beware of the World Economic Forum and its falsely stated intentions that will be used for evil. Thank you for listening. Please share this video with everyone you know, and I greatly appreciate it. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and I have links on how you can support me in the description below. I wish you all a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching.